Both parties, please raise your right hands.
Plaintiff Bertha Paisano is suing her ex-boyfriend, Christian Cardozo, for an unpaid credit card bill. Bertha says she suspected Christian of cheating when the sex stopped and she caught him looking at porn. However, Christian denies cheating and says Bertha drove him away. He's countersuing for the cost of furniture.
All rise. The Honorable Judge Janine Pirro presiding.
Good afternoon.
Afternoon, Judge. Please be seated.
All right, this is the case of Bertha Paisano, who is suing Christian Cardozo for an unpaid credit card bill. Why don't you tell me, Bertha, how this alleged debt came to be?
We met back in '99.
Okay.
The relationship started going sour a year and a half prior our breakup. And there was no intimacy, the sex had stopped. So I thought he was having sexual relationships with someone else, and he was cheating. I had no proof. There was suspicions. When he was on the computer, he would be IMing people and he would be chatting. Okay. And as soon as I walked in, he would minimize all the windows.
Okay.
And there was a couple of times where I saw porn sites and he would close them down. After we had a few arguments on that, then he stopped doing the porn sites, but he kept closing down the windows, and that made me suspicious of him. And that was the only really hard evidence that I had against him until a few months ago, an old roommate of mine confessed that he had found a condom inside the sofa, and I knew that it wasn't ours.
Your Honor, the guy that she's talking about, this guy was living there. He's a gay guy, and obviously he, for being gay, he was like probably on her side. And saying that he...
Well, I would think he'd like you more than her if he were gay. Okay. You're living with Bertha. At some point, the sexual relationship ends. Is that true?
Yeah, the physical relationship ends. Let me tell you my side of the story first. Like she said, we met in 1999. The relationship was great at the time. I was living in Florida. By the year 2001, she asked me to move to San Francisco with her, and I told her I didn't have any money, so she agreed to pay for it. So
is that true? You agreed
No.
to pay for it?
He did.
No, you did. I didn't have any money. I mean, it's like she sent me the money and she paid for it.
All right, so
Yeah.
she pays for you to go to San Francisco. Let's assume that it's true. I mean, we're
Okay,
not suing
that's
for this
fine.
money anyway.
That's
All right,
fine.
so you go to San Francisco. What happens there?
So we lived in San Francisco for a while. Then she decided that she wanted to move to LA to become a producer. So I was 21 at the time. I was just kind of like LA, Los Angeles, that's
So
fine.
you say yes?
I said yes.
Okay, so what happens in LA?
That's where things just started to escalate in the wrong direction.
Tell
and
me.
He starts to confront me, and he's always throwing that in my face.
Throwing what in your face?
That we moved to LA because he hated LA. Then as time progressed, he started gaining weight, but
for
he
eating every single
continued.
day.
What did you just say?
Yeah. I mean, it's like she was like cooking meals and stuff like that, and she
Well,
just
then
got
you
me
should
really
say
fat.
thank you.
Well, I said thank you, but she got me fat.
All right, so you know what? We're all responsible for our own bodies. You can't blame someone else if you're overweight, okay? Hate to break the news.
So he started telling me that you're the reason why I'm fat, you're the reason why I don't have a social life.
Okay, so things are not going well in LA. Sex stops.
Sex stopped the last year and a half that we were together, and I thought he was cheating on me.
Never cheated on her.
You never cheated
ever
on
cheated
her?
on her.
Do you
I don't
consider
know.
going to porn sites cheating?
It's not cheating. It's just entertainment. Everybody does it.
They do?
Yeah. I work for the industry. I know how it
Jimmy.
goes.
I don't do it.
All right, what do we have here? Why are we here? You think that he owes you money for a credit card bill.
Oh, I know he does. Okay.
Good, prove it so I know he does.
In 2005, his car, he had a used car, and it started breaking down. So I told him, I said, you know what, since our relationship was strong at that point still.
My car was fine.
I told him that, we'll get you a new car. And I said, if that's what you want, we'll get you a new car. His credit was so bad because he had filed bankruptcy, I guess, a few years prior. I don't know the details to that.
Don't lie. Never filed bankruptcy before.
Go ahead.
I can't tell my story here. So then he And so I said, okay, fine, well, I'll withdraw money, because he couldn't get a loan. His credit was so bad that even when we moved into that apartment, they didn't want to give it to me. They doubted giving it to me because they're like, Christian's credit is really bad.
All right, his credit is bad.
Okay, so then I withdrew $6,500 from, I added him as a cosigner, withdrew $6,500, then we went to go get him his car.
What kind of car is this?
It's a BMW.
For a guy who you say declared bankruptcy, he says has bad credit. What are you buying him a BMW for?
That's the car he wanted, and I loved him at that point.
Well, she didn't buy it for me.
Okay. Well, at this point, it looks like she's paying for it and you're not.
Well,
but we'll get to that. Don't answer
Your
me.
Honor.
Go ahead.
Okay, so he made I said, okay, you're going to have to make the payments on this because I can't. I have my
But
other...
is he working at this time?
At this time, he is, because I had helped him get a job at a radio network, and at that point...
And what's he doing?
He was a morning show producer.
Okay, all right, so he's got a good job. He's a morning show producer.
Yeah, because I helped him with my connections.
You co-signed with the BMW. You put down $6,500. Where are we now?
He's making the payments.
Okay.
Okay. We break up, and he continues making the payments. And it wasn't until about 6 months ago, I guess, I was not receiving the statement, so I had no idea. I thought he was just taking care of it. We're both adults. I just assumed he was doing what he was supposed to be doing. It wasn't until about 2 months ago that I get a call from the bank saying, "You're in collections." And I said, "What?"
Plaintiff Bertha Paisano says she suspected her ex-boyfriend Christian Cardozo of cheating when the sex stopped and she caught him looking at porn. She says he owes her for an unpaid credit card bill.
Okay. Did you keep paying for it?
No.
Why?
And I'm going to tell you why. In the middle of the relationship, she started pressuring me about getting married. It was just insane. She will bring magazines, marriage magazines, to the house, and she will tell me, "Oh, we should get married in a boat. We should get married in an island. We should get married somewhere. We should." I'm like,
Are you surprised you're living with a woman who's cooking for you, who's buying a car for you, who obviously loves you, wants to have sex with you, is jealous if she thinks that you're on a porn site? Are you surprised she wants to marry you?
I was 21 years old.
I don't care how old you were. You should have been living with your mother. She clearly thinks it's something else. So now you have a job. She gets you a job too. And now she's harassing you because she wants to get married. Then move out.
I did. I
Okay.
finally moved out because
All right.
the thing that she told me, I mean, it was like, it was so much pressure coming from her, even coming from her family. And the other thing that she told me, like, it just kind of like put the cherry on the top. She couldn't wait to get a big fat rock on her finger.
All right, so it's not working out. So you leave. She thinks the car is being paid for. It's not. What happens that the car isn't being paid for?
When we broke up, I told her I was not going to screw it up, that I was just going to make the payments. And I promised her that I was going to make the payments. We had in common 2 little dogs, which were pretty much my babies, and I love my dogs. And when she found out that I was dating somebody else, she said that she was going to stop letting me see the dogs because she was going to hurt me where it hurt me the most. So it was the dogs. So
But you left without the dogs.
I left without the dogs. And then they were my babies. I mean, it's like, it's not...
So why didn't you take your babies with you?
Because she wouldn't let me.
Is that true?
My dad bought me one of the dogs, and
Okay.
I adopted the other dog.
So how are they your babies?
Well, because I raised the babies. I was like, I was working...
You didn't enter into a contractual relationship
Well,
with their mama, so they're not your babies.
Anyway, so she finally told me that she was not going to let me see the dogs anymore.
Right.
And I said, all right, she's going to hurt me where it hurts me the most. I'm going to hurt her where it hurts her the most. Never told her that. I just didn't pay the credit card because I know her credit is more important than anything else for her.
I can't blame her. Credit is very important. It determines everything, that you're going to purchase in the future, interest rates and everything else. It is very important. Credit is something that people don't take seriously enough. So you intended not only to not honor the agreement and to make payments on the BMW, but to hurt her credit too.
Well, she hurt me where it hurt me the most, and
So
I'm
you're
going to
getting
hurt
even
her
with
where it
her.
hurts her the most.
Okay, all right. Is that how it went?
Well, I didn't know the whole dog story. Yes.
That the dog was the motivation behind the...
Yeah, I didn't know that.
All right. Now, you are countersuing. Is that correct, Christian?
Yes, I am
What are you
countersuing.
countersuing for?
I'm countersuing for some furniture that I have at the house that I actually bought.
And what furniture is that?
I'm talking about a couch, 2 chairs, and a coffee table.
Do you have receipts for that?
I don't, but I have photos of it.
All right, let's see the photos. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, so what are we saying? Couch, nightstand, chairs. This is a couch?
Yeah, that's the couch. Actually, there's a picture where she's on the
Oh,
couch
the
with
dogs are adorable.
Thank you.
Oh, cute. That's the couch.
That's the couch.
Okay. All right, and where's the nightstand?
No, I didn't have pictures of the nightstands.
Furniture, you saw it. Is this furniture that he purchased?
No.
No?
No, the black couch that you saw there
Yeah.
was free. Believe it or not, since he worked for the radio station,
They
that
gave
was
it to
one
him?
of the props that they had in there.
But they gave it to him.
They gave it to him.
Okay.
When I was going to move out of that apartment, I called him and I said, "Do you want the couch?" And it's not going to fit in my new apartment. I'm going to have to get new furniture. And he
Oh, that
said,
is such-
"No."
Stop.
He's like, "Where am I going to put it?" And I said, "Well, I don't know. I'm asking you. Do you want it?" And he's like, "No."
So you consider this couch abandoned property? Where is it now?
I gave it to the landlord of the building.
She gave it to the landlord because I actually asked her for my couch and she wouldn't give it to me.
Do you
as a
have any
payment.
evidence of your reaching out to Christian to tell him you got to take this couch because I'm leaving here and I can't take it with me?
No.
Did you text him? Did you email him? Did you do
I
anything?
did. I
You called him?
texted him and I said, "I need to talk to you. I'm moving out." And then that's when I told
Okay.
him.
But he had already moved out, right?
Absolutely. This is when he was living with his ex-girlfriend.
Okay.
I
All right,
didn't-
Why
I-
didn't you take the couch with you when you left, Christian?
No, she didn't let me take the couch. I told her I was going to take the couch and she said, "No, I'm taking the couch. The couch is mine." The couch was appraised in $5,000.
Defendant Christian Cardoza says he left his ex-girlfriend after she continually hounded him to propose, and he's countersuing for the cost of furniture.
Would this couch have fit in the next girlfriend's house, apartment?
No,
Okay.
it wouldn't.
All right. Do you have anything else you want to say, Christian?
About the sexual life, I mean, it's like the whole condom thing. I mean, it's like I have to defend myself. It's just putting me in this thing going on here. I mean, it's like I gotta say, I never cheated on her. Wow.
Okay, well, let me just cut you off there, Christian, because the bottom line is just because you have a condom in the house doesn't mean that you're necessarily having an affair. We are not equipped to do DNA in this courtroom. This is a lawsuit for a contract. There was an agreement that you would make payments on the car. You didn't make payments on the car. You are absolutely responsible, and as far as I'm concerned, your intent was so clear to hurt her and hurt her credit that she could have gotten more money than the $5,000 that she asked for. But as it relates to the furniture, I'm convinced that you abandoned that couch because even your new girlfriend didn't have any room to have it in her apartment. And I believe that she did call you. The bedroom set you have and the nightstands you have,
The nightstands and the bed frame.
you're going to give those to him
Absolutely, if he
before
wants them.
he gives you the money. But you are ordered to pay her under a very simple contract the amount that you agreed to on the credit card. That is $5,000. So ordered.
She can burn it if they want to. I don't want anything.
She can burn it. Okay, burn it.